Christina Calph with IdeateTV here with Scott Holmes, CEO of Immordl, the home of the Nitro Super Coffee, which I just tried and it was excellent. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing here at the Expo?
Thank you, absolutely. So we have been here now this is our third year. Our first year that we were actually at the Expo, we were just, I was blown away. We actually won Best of Show for Best Vegan Product. Yep, and we at that point said, okay, we have a business here. So we started the company really to develop something that was much more efficacious. It has superfoods with a name like Nitro Super Coffee. Super is superfoods. So we have maca, highest elevation of Peru. Rhodiola is thought of as a brain food. So it's an adaptogenic herb, adapts to what your body needs. And chia. So we actually have an organic cold pressed chia oil with a coconut base. So packs a healthy punch, and yes, it does have caffeine. It has a triple distilled Arabica coffee. So it's kind of beyond the cold brew. Yeah, it's not cold brew at all, actually. It's a distillation. So, and it's beyond bulletproof. Love bulletproof, by the way. I'm like one of my inspirations, right? Dave is just Asprey is amazing entrepreneur himself, and I just hope to follow in the guiding light of those before me. And we are creating a very natural, no preservative. It's refrigerated, cold chain. So, and we refuse to have plastic, so it's in an aluminum bottle.
Yeah, beautiful packaging.
Thank you.
So what got you to want to go into this field? I mean, this is definitely innovative, what all the ingredients, I'm kind of like perplexed and curious how a company like Immordl would get into something like this.
Certainly. The short version of this is I've been building brands for 30 years. Cut my teeth in a brand you probably heard of or worn, which is Dr. Martens footwear.
I'm not that familiar. Maybe you should send me some samples and I could get familiar.
Yep, all through the 90s, building the brand on the feet of artists. And so had an agency building other brands. And this was a passion. This was something that this wasn't a job, which is kind of part of if you're going to do something and start a brand, don't let it be a job. It has to be your life. And we took it on. We actually just wanted to build something. I have two boys, and I wanted to develop something that they would aspire to, and that I think the world is aspiring to. Without the sugars and really just the preservatives and the chemicals that are in them. This is just the unsavory products is why I started this, and I thought it can be done. We can do this, and we did it.
Do you team up with people that are in this business, or how do you even you have this idea? Nitro. How do you do you team up with scientists?
You have to, yeah. Well, you have to have a network. We have some amazing people on the team. I have two partners, Jordan Kadusham and Johnny Balick, and then we brought on a fella who has just been phenomenal. He's actually in the booth here, Mark McCoy, who we call him the biohacker. He knows the human body better than anybody I know, and he is. And by the way, he's not even a coffee drinker. So I feel like, okay, well, if you could formulate an efficacious, herbs and coffee, and you're not a coffee drinker and you like it, I know we nailed it.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of so-called coffee drinkers that aren't necessarily thrilled with coffee, but just they love it. And there's no spike, there's no jitter, there's no crash. People just feel elevated and wonderful and for the whole afternoon.
So now where can people purchase Nitro?
Well, it's a great question, thank you. We just launched the bottle. So we've been on tap, actually. It's a Nitro on tap for, yes? Thank you. Yeah, there we go. And so, appreciate that. We're on tap in Southern California, and we just launched the bottle.
We're on tap.
Erewhon Market, Sun Life, Juice Ranches. It's more elixir bars and healthy grocers. And now that we have the bottle, we can start to roll out a little bit more widely.
And is it like a website if it's not accessible to them?
Oh yeah, and we will be selling online, even though it's cold chain, meaning it has to be refrigerated. We're actually going to be able to ship it to you refrigerated in a box, cold pack, within 48 hours to the 7 western states. It's not up yet, but it'll be up in about a month.
Okay.
And it's Immordl. So instead of Immortal, I always say, well, I'm Immordl. IMMORDL.
That's great. And that would be immordl.com or
Immordl.com.
IMMORDL.com.
And follow us on Instagram, and obviously that'll be where we'll announce different locations, different openings, and then we'll also when we have it online.
So now just to leave our audience with, we have a lot of aspiring people that would love to be a CEO of a company or, start a brand or or have an idea. They don't know how to execute.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone who's starting out and maybe a little timid?
Well, it's a great question. I say first, be passionate about it. And I mentioned that earlier. This is not easy. It is a very long, enduring. You have to have the patience. You have to have the drive. You have to have the stamina. You have to have the capital. But just understand, and here's the best tip I can give: capital is not necessarily money. It's human capital. Human capital first, then financial capital, then technology, right, equipment, whatever else it is you're looking for, but you really have to look at those capital structures and make sure they're all aligned, and which kind of goes back to our brand, our whole positioning of Immordl, is we are truly the intersection of physical and spiritual harmony.
And when you say human capital, you mean like what you can offer to somebody, or?
No, I mean what you can't offer to somebody else, but what somebody else has to offer you. So you need a network. You need people, you need to surround yourself with the people with very specific areas of expertise, far beyond what you can perhaps have yourself. Because we can't do everything. I certainly can't do everything. So a good CEO is very compassionate, understanding, and knows what, not only what you need, but what they need, and how you bring those two facets together.
That's great. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. This is an incredible product. I'm so honored to meet you.